All right, what's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. This one is about what the NFL decided decision on Deshaun Watson. I haven't seen this. If you seen the video before this, I was talking about we was talking about Baker Mayfield, how he going to Carolina, and I was saying he should have stayed with the Browns because I don't think Deshaun Watson will be playing this season. But I don't know what they decided. I wasn't really keeping up with that, but we about to see what they say about it right now. Um,
The
let's get
other
into it.
side of this trade with the Browns, Jeremy, what is the latest on the timeline for Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, well, people I spoke to believe that this could take another week or two, that there'd be no
They still
decision
didn't, so they
this
still
week.
didn't
And the
decide
27th, right around training camp, right before then, is when some
right
people on
before
the
training
side of
camp.
Watson or involved in the case believe that a decision from Sue L. Robinson, the
I think he'll
independent
be out for a
reviewer,
year.
will make the decision. They said that she has been very thorough in this whole process. She has to write a thorough response here to all the
Deshaun
allegations
Watson's the
and all that's
dog,
going
though.
on in the case. So this will take
Who
some time.
mouse
This
is
is
that?
not a flippant response that she's just going to throw out there this week. And so we'll see. I was told that Watson remains optimistic that maybe it's not going to be a full year. Nobody knows right now because it's up to Robinson
no.
solely.
Seems like
But
it's gonna
there
be a
is a
full
feel that
year.
it's not going to be a year or 2 years. Like you're talking to people in Cleveland with the Browns, they're not expecting that kind of a blockbuster suspension, at least right now. They're hopeful.
Yeah, and as they should, the NFL taking their time with this. Depending on the suspension, what is the Browns' contingency plan looking like right now if they don't have Watson for a period of time?
Well, we need to get the depth chart for Key. He can take a look at it.
Yeah,
But Jacoby Brissett will be number one right now. I was told unless there's some major shock, like if Watson's going to be out a year and a half or 2 years, they'll probably roll with Brissett. They don't have a lot of assets or cap space to do much. They gave up a bunch of first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. So I don't expect them to go for like a Jimmy Garoppolo or somebody like that right now. They might comb the free agent market, see what their options are, and take a look if something opens. But right now they got Brissett, and they got Josh Dobbs would probably be their number two. And when they signed Brissett, I'm told they looked at it as a clear bridge. And right now it's time to use that bridge. They hope it doesn't break.
All right. Well, reminder, Jacoby Brissett.
There's actually something that I saw. That I heard in the last video. They said that Deshaun Watson was a top three. He was a top three quarterback before he got suspended. So actually, let me see. Let's go to his career. When did he get when did he get this? I don't know. When did he get suspended? Well, not suspended, but when did the whole thing happen? They say he was a top three quarterback. I'm gonna look at his stats because this is something I really didn't. Top three. Was this the year he got? I think this is the year. No, this is his rookie year. He haven't played since 2020. Oh, okay. Yeah. He probably was top three. Honestly, he probably was top three before. I don't know about top three. Maybe top five. I don't know. But he was doing good. He was doing his thing. All right,
Started 5 games for the Dolphins last season. He threw 225 passes. That's the third most in any of his 6 seasons. Let's continue on NFL Live.
Jacoby
Got more to
Brissett
get
not
to.
that
We'll
bad though, honestly. But he not.
So glad to have you here on NFL Live. Let's
quarterback.
revisit the top 10 quarterback list that we've talked about throughout this week.
Oh, they
Aaron
doing top 10
Rodgers,
quarterbacks
Patrick
in here?
Mahomes, Josh Allen in the top 3, but it was a quarterback missing from the top 10 that caught everyone's attention. And yeah, let's do the
Wait.
big reveal here. It's that guy Lamar Jackson.
Wait, Lamar Jackson is not top 10. Nah, I need to look at this list real quick. Hold on. I want to see their list real quick. Let me see. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Okay, honestly, this is crazy because Deshaun Watson haven't played in 2 seasons now, and he's number 9. But y'all won't put Lamar Jackson up there, who's been producing since he got in the league. That's weird. And then it's the fact that he even up. Deshaun Watson shouldn't be up here. No offense, he shouldn't be up here. Dak Prescott should definitely be above him, if anything, if y'all do want to put him up here.
It was a quarterback missing from the top 10 that caught everyone's attention. And yeah, let's do the big reveal here. It's that guy, Lamar Jackson.
That's crazy.
The former MVP, not on the top 10 list, voted on by league personnel. This is what one NFC personnel evaluator said about the Ravens QB. He said, innately competitive, driven, and mentally tougher than just about anybody. You just run into a few issues late in the year. For as much as you run him, you get worn down. Well, Jeremy Fowler's here with us, and he put together this list by polling all of these people. Some negativity around Lamar. He's not in the top 10 when you look at the quarterbacks in the league. Why did he just get an honorable mention?
Yeah, talking to
I don't
people
even think
around the
they
league,
gave Lamar Jackson
despite his greatness, some think that he lacks a little bit of poise in the pocket, particularly when you get blitzed. You saw late in the year in those 3 games where I think he took 13 sacks, 6 interceptions in that stretch. I feel like he takes off to run instead of finding the open man. And then there's talk a little bit about the offense. You know, are they trying to hide something or some throw that can't be made, or is the offense limiting Lamar and his skill set, maybe not helping him graduate to a new level? Whatever it is, teams think that holds them down late in games when you get to the playoffs, especially if you get behind, you have to pass. It's a run-first offense, makes it tricky.
Interesting. All right, so if you didn't like the list, that's the reason why. As for another quarterback, former #1 NFL draft pick Jamarcus Russell went on the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark to discuss his career and his thoughts on the Raiders. Listen to this.
I'm trying to chill, relax.
Oh, this the guy that they was calling a bust.
Football game.
They was calling him a bust on the
But I was dealt the
podcast.
bull hand. I'm at practice, bro. These folks can't catch a reverse, bro. 6 plays straight, home. But you want to go downfield and catch a 90-yard pass. I didn't feel like they were for me, bro. The guy that they got there now, they for him. They went and got a receiver that goddamn can catch whatever you throw at him. If you put Tom Brady or Peyton Manning on one of them teams, come on, bro.
What is he talking about?
Very telling there, Lewis. Is Derek Carr set up for success this year?
As far as what they have
He is.
surrounded him with.
Nah, the Raiders gonna be nice.
Absolutely. Look, the
Raiders gonna be
relationship with Devontae Adams, I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in chemistry. I'm a big believer in being on the same page. He got the best wide receiver in the NFL. Hunter Renfrow is starting to establish himself as the best slot receiver in the NFL. Darren Waller is an absolute freak. The thing that concerns me when we just continuously talk about perimeter players is the offensive line for this team.
Nah, they're gonna be nice this
cannot
year.
run block. They cannot establish the line of scrimmage. And if this
No,
team
I
becomes
don't know the guy
one-dimensional,
was
it could be a
talking about.
problem.
Let's go to Baker
back at
Mayfield.
heel
He had his
buzz.
intro
No.
press conference Tuesday afternoon, discussed how he's transitioning to the Panthers. Here he
Here we
is.
go. They want to talk about Baker again.
Fortunately, it comes from an unfortunate circumstance where I've learned 4 different playbooks in 4 years. So it's not like this is my first time around having to learn something new. Obviously, the time crunch is the difference, but it's mostly about terminology,
I really
giving the
hope Baker-
formations, the
I hope
names
he
of that
do
down,
good.
the different names for the
Yeah, we need
concepts,
this.
making it all similar.
Like I
for
said,
me,
I'm a
and
Panthers
really
fan,
just
so
making those comparisons and
I'm
continuing
tired of
to
us not
grow
making
in
it to
that.
the playoffs. We need
Key,
this.
how challenging is it learning playbooks that often?
Well, it just depends on how smart you are, Laura, right? He said 4 in 4 years. I'm like, did Kevin Stefanski change his
That's what I'm
playbook
saying. How he
from one
changed
year to the next?
He learned the
Because
playbook.
no, I'm just trying to think about it. But I think for Baker Mayfield, the one thing that he has to do is he has to go inside that locker room and be a professional. Not worry about what went on in Cleveland, but worry about what's going on in Carolina. Get himself together, get his mind right, because he's got to win that locker room over before he can win the team over and become the starter.
Yeah, that's well said. And listen, inconsistency has followed Baker Mayfield throughout his career, guys. His total QBR increased in each of his first 3 seasons. He was a top 10 quarterback in the NFL in 2020, but his QBR dipped to 27th in the league last season. Of course, he was dealing with
That's what he
injuries
get for not
and a
throwing it.
drop-off in production. Lewis,
That's
how
he giving that
difficult
throwing to
will
OBJ.
this turnaround be for Baker? A reminder
I
that
saw
they
that,
said earlier in the week, this is an open quarterback
Robbie
competition with
Anderson
Sam
was
Darnold,
getting
Matt
mad.
Corral.
Like, he wasn't mad, but
Yeah,
he
look,
was
the
pretty
turnaround
much.
could be significant. It could
Nah,
be
he was not for it for
significantly
Baker.
difficult. And why is that? Look, it's one thing to learn a playbook.
I don't
Laura,
really
and
care
say,
who
well,
we
look,
get,
I know
'cause
what they're
we got
asking me
Sam
to do.
Darnold,
I understand
so
what
anybody's
this
better upgrade
protection
than
is
Sam
supposed to be. I
Darnold,
understand
in
what
my
the
opinion.
formation is supposed to be. I understand what the reads are supposed
I don't
to be.
even know
But
why we got.
with every
I don't know.
offense,
I was
with
a
every
believer in him
defense,
when he
there's
first came.
nuance to these kind of things that allows you to
Imagine.
achieve certain levels of performance. Look, if Baker's
And they
just
wanted to bring
satisfied
back
with
Cam,
winning the
like,
starting
no.
job from Sam Darnold, well, hallelujah,
we
good for
just
you.
had a stupid-
You beat out Sam Darnold,
You have a
and if you
stupid
go and
quarterback
in year 2 and 15, well, that's great, Baker. At least you were the starting quarterback. I would assume that that's not what we're talking about as far as the expectation for Baker Mayfield. This was the #1 pick of the draft. Okay, it's not enough to just beat out Sam Darnold, and it's not enough to just know the playbook.
Right.
You're there to win football games. As a matter of fact, I think it was Dan Orlovsky who said if you get 2020 Baker Mayfield, this is a playoff team.
He said that. He
Yeah.
tweeted that out. Yeah.
Really?
That's
It's a playoff team.
That's a lot right there.
It's a lot.
And that's something that I just don't foresee
Dan.
happening. But this is what's going to be fun. I'm
Wow.
not calling Dan
People-
out.
people-
Hey, listen,
loves
I
Don
love it. No,
Panthers.
we should, right? It's an
No,
opinion.
this 2020
and
Baker,
what
this
do we
is
do?
a
I was calling
championship
him
team.
out.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go. Good. Own it.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Quick note about the playbook. Baker Mayfield does have a little familiarity with the Panthers staff. James Campen, their offensive line coach, was with Mayfield in Cleveland in 2019. So maybe like they can streamline the protections, help them with the language of the playbook a little bit. But the Panthers, GM Scott Fitter, head coach Matt Rule spoke with Baker at length multiple times on the phone before the trade. They love that he has an edge about him, ready to come in and compete. But I was also told, hey, Sam Darnold has an edge too now that he's shown in the last couple months. Not
No.
enough of an edge for them to make this not make
I don't
this
know. I
trade
mean,
and make him
Rob
starter.
Ninkovich said
No,
that
you
Sam
can't do
Darnold's going to be the
Sam
starter.
Darnold. He sure did.
He has had a good
He sure
offseason
did.
for what it's worth. I
Okay,
don't know. We'll see.
listen, I hear you. Key, you think about the weapons on this Panthers offense, DJ Moore, you got Terrace Marshall Jr., and just when you think about the wide receiver
Robbie
perspective,
Anderson,
how
Christian
difficult is it as a
McCaffrey.
wideout to prepare for two potential quarterbacks?
You know, if one guy was a lefty, that would be something different because the protections are the same, the route tree's the same. You get to your spot, you know what you're supposed to do in rhythm and timing, and I think you'll be fine. I think DJ Moore, Terrence
This is
Marshall
nasty.
along with
This
Robbie
team is
Anderson,
nasty.
they've worked with Sam Darnold. Here we go again, putting Baker Mayfield as a starter. I love
Ian
it.
Thomas.
They've worked with Sam Darnold
Where's,
before, so
my boy Tommy
body
Turnbull?
language is important. That's the sort of thing when you talk about timing and rhythm with quarterbacks and knowing off-schedule plays. It's all about the body language. And in terms of running your route, if you got a 12-yard in, you run it at 12. And he drops back and he hits his back foot at 5 and let it rip. That's the only thing you got to
was not
worry
planning on
about in
having
terms
two
of
of these.
timing.
Bro,
People
what was
put too
that?
much into it.
No,
I played
we
the
in
position
trouble.
at a high level, and I had
Oh,
1,000
my
quarterbacks.
God.
And trust me, I had to adjust all the time, but it didn't take long to.
Yeah,
No,
well,
we in
not all
trouble.
wide receivers are you, Key. They also have Christian McCaffrey on that offense, too, which I think as a healthy Christian McCaffrey, we could see that be
I
a nice
really hope
boost.
Christian.
And let's turn
for
to
fantasy last year, Christian McCaffrey got injured. No, he made me so mad. He made me so bad, but we need a healthy Christian. All right, well, that's this video. Thank you for watching. Leaving a comment. Well, y'all could DM me actually. DM me on Instagram what video y'all think I should watch next. My Instagram will be in the bio. And if you guys like these type of videos, please like and subscribe so I know to continue going with this.